Hey everybody, I wanted to talk a little bit about essential fatty acids because there's a big misconception about them. And I think at this point, we all know how important essential fatty acids are, and particularly for getting pregnant, for the baby, for fetal development, for brain health and development. Essential fatty acids, and for those reasons, DHA specifically, are really, really important. But as a whole, essential fatty acids are important for cellular health and brain function and immune response and all of these different things that are really important. And so, that's why they tell us, well, we should eat fish or we should take fish oil. These things are really important. But what we hear a lot is that we can eat seeds and nuts that are in certain vegetables. There's a weed called purslane, grows in my yard, grows all over the place, and it's high in certain essential fatty acids. And so it's great, right? It's great to eat nuts and seeds, especially if they're raw, especially if they're soaked, and it's great to eat these vegetables and these nutrients that are high in essential fatty acids. But we need to make sure that we're getting the right nutrients in the foods that we're eating and that we're converting properly. And so let me break that down for you a little bit. So plant-based essential fatty acids are called alpha-linolenic acid, which is it's ALA. So we hear that. And so that is what you hear about in nuts and seeds, in hemp seeds, in chia seeds, in purslane. This is alpha-linolenic acid. In order for it to be used in the body, it must be converted into the form of DHA and EPA. These are the usable forms by the body, so there must be a conversion process. Naturally, the body does not convert ALA to EPA and DHA very, very well. It's very, very inefficient. And there are some people who could actually have genetic variants that don't allow for the conversion at all. That happens a lot. And so this is why when we have our vegetarians out there, our vegans out there, which I'm not giving anybody a hard time, everybody has their reason for what they're doing, but we have to make sure that we're getting the proper form, and we can't rely on the plant-based form of ALA to convert to EPA and DHA. So we can't plan on nuts and seeds and plants giving us the right amount of omega-3 fatty acids that we need. We have to depend on, for the most part, we have to depend on animal sources. And so that's where we're just getting straight up EPA and DHA as that omega-3 fatty acid, which is important for it's anti-inflammatory, so it's important for the immune system. It's important for keeping inflammation at bay, and I use it all the time. It's amazing stuff, and it works really, really well. But keep in mind, if you are getting pregnant or wanting to get pregnant, and you're preparing and planning, then we need to make sure that you're getting the proper source, and you're not basing that on a plant-based form of essential fatty acids or of omega-3s. There's a lot of talk out there about those being good forms, but it's really not. That conversion process is really, really inefficient. So there is a specific algae out there where you can get, which is plant-based, where you can get omega-3s out of it, and I think that that's totally fine. I think it's totally fine. You have to have much larger amounts to get the amount that you need if you're going to go to a fish oil or something like that. And it's going to be much more expensive. But if that's your goal and if that's what you want to do, then that's totally fine. But as far as I know to date, that's the only form of omega-3 that is actually EPA, DHA, and doesn't have to be converted from the ALA form. So just remember that. Know that ALA is not a good conversion to EPA, DHA, so you need the animal-based form of omega-3s unless you're doing algae, which can get expensive. So those are the main things that I wanted to talk about. Also, though, I think it's really, really important to make sure that we talk about supplement form of omega-3s. Fish oil is great. Fish oil can easily be damaged. So we want to make sure that we're getting it from a reputable source. And I'm going to tell you, big box stores, is not a reputable source of omega-3 fatty acids, not a reputable source of fish oil. You've got to be so careful, because if you're getting a fish oil that's been heated, that sits too long, it gets rancid, it oxidizes. What's it going to do? It's supposed to be anti-inflammatory, right? That's what omega-3s are for. It actually will be pro-inflammatory. It could be potentially carcinogenic. You don't want to create this inflammatory response for yourself, for getting pregnant, for your family, because you're buying a form of fish oil from a big box store that is not, it's not reputable, and it's cheaper. We pay for what we get, right? And some things we can buy them on the cheap, and it's not that big a deal. Something like fish oil, it's very important to know the source, know where it's coming from, know it's healthy, know it's safe, do your research or find somebody else who knows and dig into it. If you have a bottle that you bought from a big box store, I tell you to go open it and smell it. And if it's super fishy, which probably it is, it's probably not something that you want to continue to take. I'm very aware about money and budget for myself and for people. And when I'm with my clients and I look at certain supplements, I will tell them, okay, go ahead and finish this. We can find you a better one, but let's finish it. It's totally fine. Or I'll say, let's use this. This is great. Or I'll say, just throw it out. Do not keep it. Don't have anything to do with it, because you don't want this in your body. And so know that about fish oil. If you're not getting a good, healthy fish oil, it actually is creating damage and it's creating inflammation, totally opposite of what you're looking for it to do. So reach out, let me know if you have any questions. Of course, Soulful Conception is coming. It is coming soon. Keep an eye out for it. But these are all things that we're going to continue to dig into, especially for those who join in on Soulful Conception. And it's all around preconception care and planning, and I'm super excited about it. So we will see you again in a bit.